On Monday Night Football, the Patriots dominated the Jets 33-0. They just smacked them. The Patriots are now 7-0. The Jets are 1-5. And right off the bat, I want to just admit how hilariously wrong I was about this game. I suggested, very stupidly apparently, I suggested that there was a chance the Jets could upset the Patriots. Oh, no. Nope. Your boy Zach was wrong. I do a segment sometimes called Zach is a Genius where I make fun of myself. Yeah, apparently not a genius today. I was just totally wrong on that. And it's really funny. Right after the Jets beat the Cowboys 2 weeks ago now, the Jets beat the Cowboys. Sam Darnold played great. And I made a video and made a whole topic about, I thought that Sam Darnold was going to bring the Jets a lot of hope. I thought Sam Darnold, things are looking up. He's playing well. Oh my gosh, it's so exciting. And the hope that Sam Darnold brought the Jets was just very quickly crushed by the New England Patriots. They were like, oh no, that feeling of hope you had? Nah, not at all. And it's funny to me because it's the second time this has happened. A couple weeks ago, I made a video about UCLA football saying, Dorian Thompson-Robinson, he looked really good at quarterback. And one game, he led UCLA from a giant come-from-behind victory. And I was like, man, he revitalized UCLA football. UCLA football has hope. And then the very next game, he got injured and was out. He missed a bunch of time. And, DTR has not been what I wanted. And next thing you know, UCLA's 2-5. So I just want to admit I was wrong about this game. It's hilarious how wrong I was. And I also want to point out that Sam Darnold, the Jets quarterback, is 22 years old. He's younger than Dwayne Haskins. He's younger than Drew Lock. He's younger than Gardner Minshew. All three of them are rookies. Sam Darnold is actually in his second year in the NFL. He's younger than them, even though he's been in the NFL for longer. Sam is also over 2 years younger than Baker Mayfield. I'm not ready to panic about Sam Darnold. He's in year 2. He's a young quarterback. He's learning. He's growing. And I want to give every quarterback until year 3 before I bail on them. If Sam Darnold has a really bad game like this at the beginning of next year, then yeah, I'm ready to say it's just not working. Like Mitchell Trubisky, it's not working in Chicago. He's not made the progress we need. But Sam Darnold is early enough. Okay, let's wait. Let's see what happens with Sam Darnold. But even me, I like Sam Darnold. I've always supported him. I met him in high school. I watched him play live in college. I've always liked Sam Darnold. Even I have to acknowledge he looked awful on Monday Night Football. And one of the stories that surfaced after this Monday night game is the Ghost Gate. I'm going to call it Ghost Gate because it's stupid and no one else is calling it that, and I can say whatever I want. It's a controversial quote that originated from the ESPN broadcast of Monday Night Football. It's Sam Darnold saying on the sidelines in the middle of this game, after throwing an interception, saying, "I'm seeing ghosts." He said, "I am seeing ghosts." And everybody overreacted to this comment. And what it boils down to me, basically, is Sam Darnold admitting and saying that the Patriots defense was confusing him. This happens a lot. You have a team like the Patriots run such a complicated offense. This is the number one problem people have coming from college football to the NFL is not only are guys faster, windows are smaller, you got a better arm, but defenses are more complicated. And the Patriots threw everything they had at Sam Darnold, and he's just looked lost and confused at times. He was seeing things that weren't there. That's what he means, seeing ghosts. I'm seeing defenders that aren't there. I'm seeing blitzers and disguised things, and I'm just lost and confused. But of course, social media and TV hosts just went off on Sam Darnold for this quote. And I get it. I understand kind of. I don't think it's that terrible of a quote. And I guess you can say it could make him look bad. Does it make Sam Darnold look bad to admit that he's struggling? I mean, if you want to interpret it that way, you can. I think it just makes him look human. Sam Darnold is a young guy who, obviously, if you look at the numbers, Sam Darnold was 11 for 32 passing. That's an abysmal 34% completion percentage. Yeah, he was struggling. He was having a bad game. He had 4 interceptions. He had another fumble. He had 5 total turnovers. And his team, the Jets, had 6 total turnovers. Yes, Sam Darnold was having a bad game. And you know what he did on the sideline? He said, "I'm seeing ghosts. I am struggling." He just acknowledged what everyone else could observe. Oh yeah, Sam, you're playing really, really bad. And he had a lot of bad moments. He had throws that were nowhere near receivers. He had bad interceptions. One of them was a play where the Patriots blitzed him. He had a guy in his face, and he threw off his back foot. It just looked like he panicked. You can't do that as a quarterback. I can acknowledge that's awful. And then Sam made one of his best throws he could before halftime on a 3rd and 15, made a great throw against tight coverage, but then he follows it up on a 4th and 4 where he just airmails the ball way over Robbie Anderson's head, and you go, oh, Sam, you're just so inconsistent. This is not working. He was a mess. And then to add insult to injury, on the other side of the field, you have Tom Brady, who's like, it's Tom Brady. He's making incredible throws into tight windows. He's throwing back shoulder fades down the left sideline. Just doing his thing. To me, this quote from Sam Darnold, I'm seeing ghosts, it's just Sam being honest. He's like, hey, guys, I'm not doing well tonight. I can acknowledge that. Now, the Jets were furious. A lot of people from the Jets organization were upset that the Jets aired the quote on TV. The Jets head coach, Adam Gase, said this. He said, it bothers me, and it bothers the organization. He also said that, he acknowledged it's part of the deal having players and coaches mic'd up for primetime games. But then he said this, quote, obviously you never anticipate something like that happening. The fact that it did, it gave us pause to really cooperate anymore because I don't know how we can allow our franchise quarterback to be put out there like that. Then the Jets running back Le'Veon Bell tweeted this. He said, the NFL screwed Sammy over, blah, blah, blah. He says, there's not one player in the NFL who's cool with having every sideline conversation broadcasted to millions of people. There's a reason we've never heard other quarterbacks frustrated on the sideline like that before. That's crazy. At NFL, he tweeted at the NFL, he said, the NFL did Sam dirty as blank. Blank, you can fill in the blanks. I'm not going to say that word on my show. And so we're left with, well, first of all, what happened, right? So Sam Darnold was mic'd up during the game. What led to all these quotes? Sam Darnold was mic'd up, and ESPN was running the broadcast. And so the way this works is if ESPN wants to air live one of the quotes that Sam Darnold said, they have to get approval from one of the on-site NFL Films representatives. Well, the NFL Films representative on-site at the game okayed the quote and said, yes, you, ESPN, can air Sam Darnold saying, I'm seeing ghosts. He said, that's fine. We can do it. Now, some guy verified on Twitter, his name is Monish. He's a reporter from the New York Daily News. I said his name horribly. I'm sorry. But he tweeted that some people up in the higher ranks of NFL Films were upset that the representative gave the okay for this quote to be aired on television. Here's my issue, right? The Jets are really furious that the NFL allowed this to happen. The NFL people are like, well, we shouldn't have let our guy air that quote. And at the end of the day, the Jets are the ones who allowed Sam Darnold to have a microphone on him during the game. The Jets caused this issue. If they're upset, they could have done things differently to prevent this from happening. If they don't want their quarterback saying stuff on national TV, don't allow him to have a microphone during the game. It's not that hard to me. Especially, here's the big lack of judgment to me. You allow your franchise quarterback, who is young, who's trying to make a name for himself, who's really not established yet in the NFL, to be mic'd up against the New England Patriots, a young quarterback up against the best defense right now in the entire NFL. It's a mistake. The Jets should not have allowed Sam Darnold to be mic'd up if they weren't willing to have Sam Darnold make a fool of himself, which he kind of did. I really don't think it's that big of a quote. It's just Sam admitting, hey, I'm wrong. Really, I feel bad for Sam Darnold. He had a private moment where he was struggling, and it got broadcast live to millions and millions of people. Think of your lowest moment where you're lost and you're having a bad day or whatever. I remember crying in my car one time, and I can't remember what it was about now. I just remember I'm in my head. I envision this moment where it's raining, I'm crying, it's ugly, it sucks. Can you imagine if that was broadcast live on television? That would suck. I'm not saying it's Sam Darnold didn't cry, but Sam Darnold admitted, hey, I'm having a bad day. And a private moment between him and someone else got broadcast to everybody in the world. And now I understand that having your dirty laundry, having every move you make, trust me, if anybody understands that, it's me. Having every move you make analyzed and talked about and this and that, that's part of the deal when you're an NFL quarterback. Everything you do gets analyzed. I understand. But I don't think Sam's quote is the big embarrassment here. I think if you're going to be embarrassed about something, Sam Darnold should be embarrassed about the way he played. He played like trash. He played like hot garbage on Monday night against the Patriots. Let's just be very, very honest about what happened. The Jets, on all levels, got outclassed by the New England Patriots on Monday Night Football. That's what happened. The Patriots are a more mature organization. They have better management. They have an experienced head coach. They have a veteran quarterback, a great defense. It's an expert playing against a rookie, right? It's a mismatch. Watching the Jets and Patriots was like watching me play one-on-one basketball with a 5-year-old, right? If it happened in real life, I'd be very kind to the 5-year-old. I would allow the 5-year-old to have a little bit of success, make him feel good, whatever. But if I actually really wanted to beat the 5-year-old at one-on-one basketball, a pickup game of basketball, I could easily dominate. I could block his shots. The kid can barely, I just envision a kid who's like, he's 5 years old, struggling to dribble. I'm guarding him. I steal the basketball away. I'm like laying it up in his face. Patriots Jets was like watching an adult dunk on a 5-year-old. It's just not fair. It's not, and not even into the, like, I guess it's fair because they have the same parameters, but the point is it's a giant mismatch. And the Jets got embarrassed. Every level of their organization is 33 points behind the New England Patriots. And it could have been more. It could have been worse. So you can really focus on this quote from Sam Darnold. Look, I think it's a guy admitting he's having a bad day, which he was. He was being honest. I don't think the quote makes him look bad. I think the quote makes him look human. I think the Jets are silly for reacting and saying the NFL screwed them over because, again, the Jets made the decision to put him on and to make him mic'd up. I think the victim here, and not the victim, is the guy who's going to struggle the most out of all this is Sam Darnold. He's going to live with this quote. It's going to hang out with him for a long time until he overcomes it and shows he's a good quarterback. But even that, that's the key here is this quote from Sam Darnold. I'm seeing ghosts. If he has a great career, it's not going to matter. The only reason that this seeing ghosts quote has any kind of power to it is because Sam Darnold hasn't played incredible throughout his career. He's struggled at times. It's the only reason anybody cares. You know what else we learned about Sam Darnold here, and this is unfortunate, is that it's unfortunate he has the capacity to have a bad game like this. 5 turnovers, just looking lost, making throws that are nowhere near anybody, a 34% completion percentage. Now we know that Sam Darnold is capable of that. And that's really the biggest and most concerning takeaway from this game is I like Sam. I think he has hope. He's a young quarterback. I'm going to give him I think he should get through next year to really see what he has. But if we don't see progress next year, then yeah, there's a big problem. It's going to be time. But I just think that we learned that he's capable of really, really negative, really bad play. And that's kind of horrifying if you're a Jets fan. I feel bad for them. I think it's pretty funny. Some people were saying, I would rather have Sam Darnold than Dak Prescott. Oh, those people look stupid today. Because, look, I think that Sam Darnold might have a higher ceiling and more, like, the best of Sam Darnold might be better than the best of Dak Prescott. But also, Dak Prescott's never had a game as atrocious as what Sam Darnold showed on Monday. So, I think those people, Dak is even keeled, needs to be appreciated a little bit more. The last point I want to make about the Patriots, the only concern I have about the New England Patriots is their kicking game. Their kicker got hurt. He's done for the year. The new guy they brought in is not as good. The Patriots are 7-0 right now. But their one concern is will they miss a kick in a big moment down the stretch? That's my only concern about the Patriots. Look like they are poised to go back to the Super Bowl. And I am just excited to watch what follows with the Patriots. What do they turn into? I think they're a team that could win the Super Bowl this year. They just got a little bit better with Mohamed Sanu. And they clearly were better than the Jets on Monday Night Football. My name is Zach Schaumler. This is my podcast, Strong Opinion Sports. It's my favorite thing in the entire world. And I want to be very clear and open with the audience. My YouTube channel is monetized. What that means is that some of my videos make ad revenue. It's fewer than you think. A lot of them get claimed. But in the past, I've received donations from people on Patreon and PayPal. PayPal.me/Zach Schaumler. Patreon.com/Zach Schaumler. And because I'm making ad revenue, it felt kind of weird just receiving donations. I wanted to give something back for the donations. And so people who support me on Patreon can give me $1 a month, and that allows them access to a pool where they can ask questions. If you send me questions through Patreon, Patreon's DM service, you comment on one of my posts on Patreon. If you give $1 a month, you can submit questions. And with my eyeballs, I look at every single question submitted. Then at the end of my podcast, I pick the best top couple questions and read them on the show and answer them in a segment I call Ask Zach. Now that's for people who have money and want to support me that way. If you have no money to give, no problem. I totally understand. I grew up in a mobile home. I've been a broke college kid. I totally get it. But if you want to help in some capacity at the end, you can support the show by telling your friends about it. Share it on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whatever it is. Help me grow by telling your friends about this show. It would mean a lot to me. If you believe in my dream and you believe in this show, tell your friends about Strong Opinion Sports. Guys, my name is Zach Schaumler. Thank you so very much, and hope you have a great day.